All right. Let's see. I think I've got good numbers for today. I did a speed test beforehand and found out that everything looks good presently. Coffee is flowing, and hopefully, this is all going to work. Boom. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? I have another Dungeons 3 show to do today. I'm going to be focusing on game mechanics and hotkey assignments and general stuff about the game. Tips and strategies that I've employed myself or read from other people and used to lesser or greater extent. Um, this game, Dungeons 3, by Calypso Media and Realmforge, releases in 4 days. Friday the 13th. I figure, October 13th falls on a Friday is a good day to release a game like this where you are playing the ultimate evil. Now, if you don't know anything about this game, it comes from an original, an older IP. You're gonna pick now to play with that, huh? It comes from an older IP that is. Get this through here. Little oh yeah, Defiance bag. I get this bag back in here. All right, and there it will sit. Yeah, you're not allowed to play with that. Quit interrupting me here. I'm trying to work something out. All right, all right. Cat. So, where was I? If you don't know anything about Dungeons 3, it is an RTS, real-time strategy, and it is set in a comical view of the struggle between good and evil. You playing the evil side. It comes from an old game, an old DOS game that I was also very fond of, called Dungeon Keeper, and its following sequel, Dungeon Keeper 2. Um, the company Calypso Media has taken that game and turned it into the same but good, better, because the original was good. Original was really good, actually. If you have the opportunity to check it out, I think they've updated it to a point where you can play it on a newer PC without the whole game exploding on you. It's a good title. I haven't touched it in a long time because newer newer versions, and this is one of them, the most recent actually. This will, as I said, be released on the 13th, 4 days from now, and I'm planning on doing. I'll probably pop in on a campaign near the end of this because there are a couple of people, myself included, who have already streamed or recorded YouTube videos for Let's Plays and things like that, featuring the missions. So if you're looking specifically, right off the bat, if you're looking specifically for mission tutorial type stuff, what the campaign is going to look like, it's already been confirmed that there are 20, I think 20 missions in the full game. There's only four unlocked, four of the storyline missions unlocked in the beta, and there is skirmish modes and multiplayer that are both also going to expand, I believe going to expand a little bit at full release. The multiplayer system isn't completely in. You can set up random multiplayer, and I think you can set up co-op with specific friends. I have not tried that yet. That is one thing that I also lack experience with. However, the other modes of the game I'm pretty experienced with. I don't by any means know everything there is to know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this at endless, I'm going to set this at easy, and I'm going to put all of the resources and stuff on high. That way I can jump into the meat of the game, and if I sit here talking, I'm not going to get completely overrun and have to reload or start over or something like that. This will allow me to kind of take my time with it, which the easy difficulty was put in patch before last. I want to say it was 3.9, might have gone in with 4. Yeah, I think it was version 4 added easy difficulty. It used to be only normal and hellish. So we're going to set it to easy. You can randomly draw for maps in here. The 3 different map sizes are constant throughout the different game modes within the skirmish. And there is one thing that I will point out since I'm sitting here that is a little confusing. There is a game mode header called Skirmish, and within Skirmish there is Survive, Endless, and Skirmish. So you can play a skirmish map. The wording might change, like boss fight or something not the same name as the header. So I don't know if they'll change that. That's something that they can do in the UI. Easily, enough, change the terms of it. But so as far as that goes, just keep in mind if you get confused by somebody discussing a skirmish map, they may be talking about a skirmish map. So maybe that's something that'll change. Like I said, I'm going to set this to endless so that I can delve into some of the finer points of building a dungeon and building a strategy behind the game and winning. I have a cat chewing on my belt. Let's see. So I would like to have a map where I can get an evilness shrine pretty quickly and easily, just to kind of stack the deck a little bit further into being able to not get run over while I'm talking. Hopefully the cat that just crawled behind my shirt does not start attacking my back like he usually does. Let's see if I can move here without him killing me. There we go. Alright, so let's get into this because it's been too long already. That map was actually a good one. Dope. There we go. That'll be good. These little blue markers are hero camps, and they can be rather dastardly. I'm looking for a direct route from this skull to one of these fountain-looking objects. So we'll try that, and make sure I've got all that set up right. We'll go get into it here. Yeah, that tip that's on the screen is very, very valid. the evilness shrines that you want to take over, it's what I was talking about getting close to. You want to take those over, at least one of them, take them over as quickly as humanly possible. Otherwise, you will find yourself in a bad way. Getting used to middle mouse is a map movement button. Okay, so I'll line some of that out, get that working, and then I want to go in here and research a couple of snots and a graveyard. Now, this leans into one of the tactics that I've found to be most successful in this game, and that is the undead are quite powerful. Some would even insist on calling them overpowered. they are very sustainable, and unlike basically the it seems like the research branch that is top tier would be the undead line, this bit down here, followed by the demon branch on the right, and then bringing up the rear would be the horde. The problem with the horde is that keeping them alive requires naga, and also because some of them will eventually fall down, it would require that you have a crypt, and the crypt is a room from the undead branch. So if you're going to branch into here, you've got to come up and pick up the hideout and the naga, and then the crypt, well, and the graveyard and the crypt. And as you saw, the graveyard was 1,000 gold, so it's not cheap. If you don't set your starting resources to high, you're going to have a hard time affording it right off the bat. It's rough. But there are still changes being made. There are still things going into the game as far as development goes. So there's a good likelihood that they will be paying attention to these things, and hopefully we'll see some of the no, I don't want those gone yet. Some of the lesser desired units becoming a little bit more self-sustaining or cheaper, easier to rotate, like, the revolving door. One dies, you can replace it pretty quickly, that sort of thing. That's a little shaky. The balance between the three trees of the armies is a little off. What I need to do for this is build a graveyard. The graveyard, the hideout, and the vortex are the living quarters for the different military units, for your different combatants. These combatants are also workers to some degree in different rooms and such, and I'll go into that pretty quickly here. You want, let's see, banshees. You want to have enough room built for the combat units that you're going to buy for them to rest, and so you'll need a 2x2 slot for your general units. You'll need a 2x2 slot in a room for these resting places to come up, and it's beds and stuff for the horde mode, and it's like a demon teleporter type deal for the demon side, and obviously a graveyard for the undead. Now, one of the other things has been asked an awful lot on the forums is room efficiency. And you'll notice I have two problems with my room efficiency. It's at 30%, which means they're going to heal, if the 100% is a baseline fastest heal you can get, then it is going to downgrade that by 70%. So you don't want that. The two problems that I have are openings in the walls and floor in the room that is not filled with that room type. So one way to combat that right off is to fill every available space in the room with these tiles, with the floor, the flooring for that type of room. Now you'll see that the efficiency is going to eventually go up in this room, but it's not going to go up to 100%. It's only going to go up to 50. And the reason is because I have a gap here, a gap here, gap here, gap here, gap here. Easy to fix though. Two ways you can fix that. And obviously you want you want your workers and your minions and stuff to be able to get into a room. It also won't let you cut off every entrance into a large open space, or into any open space. So you can't basically trap heroes and stick them in places that they can't get out of. That would be, you know, kind of counterproductive to the whole shebang. And well, it would be fun because you could trap them in rooms. But the other way to fix it is with doors. Now, doors are something that I cannot build yet because I do not have the trap and doors construction menu unlocked. For that, I need a Tinkerer's Machinarium. In order for me to be able to use the Tinkerer's Cave with a Machinarium, I have to have a workshop, and the workshop is run, thankfully, by Snots. The Tinkerer's Cave is not run by Snots. You have to have Horde units to run those benches. Specifically, the goblins and the orcs, which I won't unlock until I go in here into the research menu and unlock the hideout. That unlocks goblins and orcs. Now, one of the things that I'm going to need to be careful of here is how much of this evilness I spend until I get a group of combatants that are able to take one over. Now, the Horde needs to be fed. This is also something you're going to have to pay particular attention to. So I'm going to create a large gobbler room. The gobbler rooms require enough space on the interior of a room to work. So it's not going to use up all of this space out here. It's only going to have walls. This inside area is going to be what's going to produce, what's going to determine how many gobblers you produce. I'm going to put a room entrance into there. I'm going to dig this back out, and I will soon, hopefully, have doors, which will alleviate the problem I'm creating for myself right now, which is lowering the efficiency of that graveyard. I'm going to make enough space for 6 of the Horde units. Up here at the top of the screen, it gives you a readout of how many of these units you have in play. Now, the reason that the graveyard is so good is because over time it produces zombies. When you kill the heroes that come into your dungeon, your Snots will drag them in here and they will become zombies. When you build a prison, you can throw heroes into that and it will turn them into skeletons, archers, I believe. And then once you have a temple, you can throw heroes into that, and that's an awful lot of fun. So right now, we're looking at needing a space for the Gobbler Farm, which I have here, a hideout, which I have starting to carve out there, and then I'm going to need a workshop, and I should probably go ahead and get that going ASAP. This is a hero entrance, so I think I try when I build, I try to keep my tool rooms as centralized as possible. That way, if I've got 2 chains that I need to guard, like it shows in this map here, I've got a hero portal over here, and I have staircase over here, which they're going to come down. I want to keep the workbenches and stuff centrally located so that when they craft traps for me, I will have the ability to... Ooh, a new area has been opened. There's a book. I'll get into that in a moment. I want to have the ability to carry those products outward from a central location instead of having them drag all the way through the dungeon from one end to the other just to place a trap and come back. It will save you an awful lot of headache in the future if you lay out things that way. Okay, so I'm going to cut through this. I want to fill these in. And I'll get to that book in a moment. First, I need a Gobbler Farm. I need there to be food when these guys show up. cut through there so that I can fill this. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill that one as well. I don't need too many openings into that space. An important note also about the Gobbler Farms, it feeds demons and heroes that you've converted. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. You will need food at some point if you're going to, if you're going to work with all of the other factions that you can play in here. And then I'm going to need a hideout. And then let's start them carving out some space for a workshop. Now the workshops, these have a multifaceted floor plan. They require a workbench of some kind, but they also require storage space. If you're going to create boxes, like it says in the tooltip there, you're going to be able to store 2 boxes per room tile, and then the workshop itself takes up a 3x3 space. So if you want to be able to store large amounts of work boxes, which I would recommend, the better way to go around it is to create space for a couple of workbenches, these creatomats, and leave a good amount of open floor tile for storage of those work boxes. It helps to have a bunch of them because not only are regular work boxes used in creating regular doors and traps, but they are also taken to another room, a magic Sinister Laboratory, that's what it's called, Sinister Laboratory, and those are taken and converted into magic toolboxes, which build magical workbenches and magical traps. It's the ultimate goal when looking for a trap-heavy dungeon, because the magical traps are, they are potent. It's really, once you get the automatic traps like the spinning flamer and stuff like that, it really only requires maybe a space about that size right there, an 8x7 space to completely annihilate anything that's going to come into your dungeon on normal difficulty at least. So we're going to go ahead and create some creatomats. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Alright, well, how about, if I can remember my keys, I don't have an expanded population yet, so we'll just have to rely on the banshees and the zombies and stuff. Alright, now we can pick these guys up. There we go. And toss them into the graveyard. Wahaha. And then, let's see here. One of the other things we should get is a prison, because a prison's fun. But I did have a population issue, so I might go ahead and get both of those that I can get with just gold. I'm trying to avoid spending my evilness as much as possible. I did up the population cap by 2, so I'm going to go ahead and I do not have this yet, so I don't have the ability to build traps or doors. But I'd rather keep my my horde guys alive. So I'm going to start with the crypt and have that be the beginning focus. That book was found in a special area that was unearthed by my digging minions, and that those books, you can only have one per character. You can only have one of them on at a time. If you do put a second one on a creature, you don't have to worry, because the original book, at least last I checked, the original book will pop off, allowing you to reassign it to somebody else. It gives them benefits. There are normal ones, there are epic ones that provide all kinds of different things. Some pretty neat buffs, basically. And the point of a treasury is to make sure that they don't have to walk too far to take money. It also gives creatures better access to getting paid. Let's see, I need to build a crypt, but I need to figure out where. The crypt also takes up a 3x3, the workbench in the crypt takes up a 3x3 space. So you'll want to be aware of that when you build it. You also want space for them to store patience. Let's see, where is it? Pull up the crypt here. 1 unit per room tile, so I don't quite need it to be this big. I think we'll go to there, because if it holds 1 per room tile, I'm not going to ever have well, I'll have 6 horde type units, so that will work out pretty well, I think. And the reason that I dug that out on that edge is because I want to close that side of the room off. We'll build up a crypt here, and then one of these. Now you'll see it takes 8 boxes to build one of these. So that's one of the reasons that you want to get on a workshop pretty quickly, so that you can get Snots in here producing those boxes. You'll need them for practically every type of workbench, I believe. Let's see, where's my gobbler farm? How's that doing? 30 of them? Okay, that should be good enough to feed them. I'm going to build a Tinkerer's Cave once I unlock it, and that has an odd dimension workbench to it. It's a 5x3 workbench, but does not require any storage space. So I'm just going to dig out a 6x6, or a 5, no, wait, whoops, yeah, 5x6, that's what I meant to do. And that will serve as the trap creation room. I should probably go and take over the top side. I'm going to research that, and then I'm going to research that, and then I'm going to dump some more money into some Snots, and I'm going to hopefully not get attacked while I'm doing this. You pick them all up. F1 will pick up Talia. F2 will pick up everybody that is on every attack unit, every minion that is on the screen, whether you're in the dungeon or the overworld. It'll select them up here. If you ooh. I gotta take a pause for the narrator every now and again because he's hilarious. I love the guy. Oh, okay. So, how about we take these guys back here And we'll go and take a look at what's going on. Aha! They already have a novice showing up here. That's good. So as soon as my critters come back down in the dungeon, I will be able to select them with the Hand of Evil by, again, pressing F2, and it will drop them. When I right-click and hold, it'll drop all units onto the battlefield instead of just one at a time by clicking. So hold the button down and let go, and all of your units get dropped. Eventually, I will unlock spells that I'll be able to cast to not only help out my people, but also to damage them. If you want to check in on your people, you can hit M and it'll bring up, I actually have a thing for that. Ha ha ha. Ba-boom. Hopefully that'll be legible. I did up a hotkeys list for the different commands in the game. I don't think it's a complete list. Might be, might not be. But at least the ones you're going to use. Like the evil laughter button. I just now realized there's no game sound. After a half an hour, I've had the desktop audio muted, so there you go. Now you can hear the game. That was kind of stupid of me. I didn't pay attention, but there it is. Hopefully those are legible. I'm showing a bunch of drop frames. Okay. So hopefully my internet connection isn't crashing on me. But these defibromats here are built. Those will heal the units that work in the Tinkerer's Cave, and I'll eventually get one of those built.
Orders. I am the evil.
And the attack key, F, if you hit F before you click on the overworld, it will turn your icon, your mouse pointer, into a little axe, and you can say, travel to here and attack anything on the way. If you hit H, it will hold. They will defend themselves, or they will continue attacking what's around them. They'll stop moving, and then I think X will straight up stop everybody. Yep.
Oh, hey!
The good thing is with the undead or demons, if they die in the overworld, they are transported back to your underworld and they start to heal at the expense of mana. The Horde doesn't do that. The Horde, you have to have a crypt in order to get them to come back to life after they've died. So it's one of the downfalls of branching on the Horde side of the research menu is that you're going to have to kind of suffer with that. I just unlocked the demon side of the army. I've taken over that base, and get them back underground. Once I have an Arcanium and research a spell, I will have the ability to no, actually, as soon as I get an Arcanium, I think that's the spell you get. That allows you to open a portal somewhere near one of your creatures on the overworld, or a taken over space like this. It says I have a unit stuck back here, but oh, okay, it must have been a dead one. Let's see. So we'll go back into the underworld. And now that I am generating evilness, we'll get an Arcanium going. And this unlocks demons that I will be able to use. going to need to increase the population cap so that I can accommodate the horde that I'm going to put in here and the demons that I'll put in as well. So I should fill up a space there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I like to create hallways so that I have clean doors and stuff like that, because it makes it a lot easier to not only defend the rooms, but also to make sure your efficiencies are up. Now that I can, I will research a Tinkerer's Cave, and we'll build that over here. There we go. Now I already have a place for the orcs to hang out. Got a hideout over here, and as soon as you buy them, you'll see they'll create beds. And then I'm going to need a pair of demons. I'm likely going to get rid of these imps. No, I'll probably keep them and just get more. I have enough space to hold on to six demons and 6 hordes, so I'll be okay to create succubi. They're handy. Especially when you want to convert a hero. Instead of just letting them die, you can torture them and they'll join you. Let's see. You should go over here, kind of hang out by that. And I need a space for demons to live before they get pissed at me. The other thing I have open now is the traps and doors construction menu, and you'll be able to do nifty stuff like this. Once you put these doors in, the room efficiency is going to go up. As long as you do not have any open spaces, it'll go up to 100%. So that solves your room efficiency issues. We'll carve out a space there and create a door. And it's never a bad idea to encase your dungeon heart in doors, because, you know, those pesky do-gooders, they love to attack your dungeon heart. We'll get into some traps soon. I want to make sure that I've got everything I need, more importantly, set up before I do anything else. This is a 3x3 space. Right? Yeah. We'll be able to put a door there. Okay. That's a bad place to put that anyway. You can also set up groups if you do not want your if you don't want your some of your minions going into battle for you. You can grab up the ones that you want out of the creature overview, creature menu. No, troop overview, excuse me. You can hand pick which ones you want. You can select them by type. You can have them all in the list or not. Have them list by attack and health and stuff like that. But you can also grab them out of here. And when you do, once you've got them in hand, you can hit Control 1 through 9 and set them up as an attack group. You can also hit F2 to grab all of them. I like to dump them off after a fight in the middle because sometimes some of the units will hang out near the door, and that kind of sucks. What are you doing under there, dude? Okay. Oh, I do see an issue with something for that hotkey menu, as it covers up the snots and stuff. Hopefully that works a little bit better. Okay, what do we got? Some graveyard space. Looks like I've got a little bit of extra plot there. What do I need? Sinister Laboratory. And an Arcanium. Probably the Arcanium first, because if I lose my demons, I need mana for them to respawn. This is another one of those rooms that requires an amount of storage space along with the workbenches. Thankfully, the treasuries, they don't have an efficiency, so you don't have to worry about doors and stuff like that when it's concerning rooms that do not have an efficiency rating to them. If they have an efficiency rating, you're going to want to block off as much as you can. Seems like I forgot a door here. I haven't built any rooms up that way yet. You can also lock these doors, so if you want to keep your people from going in certain places, you can right-click on a door and it'll lock it, and it'll keep even your friendlies from going through it. It's pretty handy. Oh crap, there's a gold vein in there. Alright, well, then I will choose a different location, and I'll just turn this into a giant treasury. There's, because this is, meant to be an endless game, they have added something that is an endless gold mine, basically. That is pretty handy to have when doing an endless game. You'd be kind of in trouble otherwise, I think. Let's go ahead and see if I can carve out a space, the space I want here. Let's make it 6 by 6. And then traps. I need a door here. So once I get an Arcanium built, I will have spells. Spells are good. There's defensive, offensive, and support. There's a spell that allows you to crank up a room efficiency by 100%, so it will really push out whatever it is that, whether it be healing units, feeding units, building toolboxes, building traps, whatever. It'll do a pretty good job of it. Dig that gold out, fill that back in. And then we'll throw a trap in here, or a door in there, and build an Arcanium. I like to have a lot of mana on tap, so I will bring in one of these mana shrines. Once I get a magical, once I get magical boxes, I'll be able to build the magical version of this, which allows for 4 units to work it instead of only 2. Okay, so let's research some more stuff. Let's get a couple of snots. Heroes are on their way to an Isle of Evilness. Uh-oh. We'll have to fix that. Now that I have liches are nasty. Let's go ahead and open up my critter menu here and find one of these banshees. It doesn't need to be here. Now I've got 4 of them and I've opened up one of my population slots. I need to find out what... oh yeah, it is a spell that I need to research, isn't it? Let's see if I can do that. Uh-oh.
One of your islands of evilness is under attack.
Uh-huh. Is it now? Fun thing you can do with a portal.
Oh, Dave! I want Tanos's head. Evil is unstoppable!
I like to back a guy off if he's taking too much damage. When it's the Horde, I don't worry too much about the demons and the undead. They, you know, they're much more sustainable. So we'll leave that portal there, and that I'll use to protect it later on, I'm sure. We've got this almost built. You need to move faster. Yeah, this is one of the other things that I should have probably said straight away. You can slap your guys around and make them work faster for a little while. They tend to get upset, so, you know, if that matters to you. But if they go on strike, they won't work. Keep that in mind. Let's see. What room do I need? I've got an Arcanium. I do need a prison. And a prison should go kind of near where they break in. This is one of those rooms that, like the Gobbler farm, requires a certain amount of interior space for storage. I don't see myself needing more prison space than for 10 units, so this will accommodate that. And I think that there's an upgrade that you can put 2 prisoners in a inner tile. Pardon me. Alright, maximum amount of snots. We'll improve Talia a little bit here, and since I'm about to be able to do this, I'm just going to go ahead and unlock those and get some liches and a succubus, at least one. I need to up my population cap. Come on, evilness. There we go. This was something, these numbers underneath each unit, that was something that was suggested by a couple of suggested by a community member, and then, given credence by several others, myself included. And it went, I think there was one patch that he did that it didn't have it in there, and then the following patch did. So, good on them for, hearing their community and implementing something like that would seem like it would be a thing right off the bat, but since they're too close to it, didn't think of it themselves. So good on them for hearing their community and acting on it. Okay, I was going to use this for a prison. Now the prison is fantastic because this, just like the graveyard, your snots will drag units into it. And when they do, it will slowly degrade the hero's health. You have to subdue them first, and then you drag them in here, and once they die, they come back as skeletal archers. The other option is to throw them in a torture chamber, which I will have unlocked pretty shortly, and then the succubus will torture them, and hopefully they will convert to yours, convert to your army, which is really handy. Do I have Naga unlocked? I do not, and I don't have a population cap for it anyway, so let's leave that there for right now. Work faster. You work faster. You work faster. I don't know what you're doing, but do it faster. Let's see. She should go over here. There's no storage space available in this room. Oh, apparently I had far more mana than I needed. That I could store in here. Thankfully, the room shape doesn't have anything to do with the room efficiency, it seems. You can have oddly shaped rooms as long as floor tiles meet up, and as long, with the walls, and as long as the walls have, as long as the open doorway parts have doors in them, or you fill them like I have. This will open up more storage space. Once I build a lecture hall, there will open up a whole new series of things to research in the research menu. I'm going to convert part of this into this room, just because I don't need that much treasury space, especially when this one's gonna be empty pretty soon. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Fill a lot of this back in, but I'd like to get the mana out of there. Ooh, I did not realize that came so close to that wall. Okay, well, I'll fill it in with something. And let's get a lecture hall. These have a 3x3 tile that puts a bench in automatically. It will... Most of the time it will readjust your room if you build it, if they come in and build it in an odd fashion. But I like to lay out an area that for the staging of these workbenches, because they are automatic. You do not put them in on your own like these ones. And most of the time it'll readjust them to fill the space the best, but for some of the stuff it doesn't. So I usually prefer to go ahead and stage it that way ahead of time. That way I'm not messing myself out of available space or have to delete, part of a room in order to accommodate. And now that I have a lecture hall, all of these things, or almost all of these things, have special stuff that they can research, or special buffs that can be researched for them. Snots that teleport, stronger units in general. You can make, like I was mentioning earlier, with extra storage space. You have access to more buffs for that. Oh, it looks like I've got enemies coming into the dungeon.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Let's see. We're having unlocking. One more evil. There we go. And now I can cast Meteor Shower. Whoa. Now, most of the spells, it will give you the option to charge them. Basically, you hold down the button, and you can see this one deals 1,000 damage to all enemies within 7 meters. It costs more mana, and so on. But you get the, you can charge these to last longer, to be more powerful, all of the above. Let's see. Let's give this to an orc. That'll allow him to regenerate. And then let's see where we are on this here. The Liches are probably the most powerful unit once you research their larger area of effect and such. They get pretty nasty. You can also, like I was saying, be able to store more mana capacity. This research allows 50 additional mana to be stored on each free tile in the Arcanium. We'll go ahead and research that. And then let's get some traps. Now, one room that I do have researched, but I do not have built, which I should, is the Sinister Laboratory. And I think what I will do, because there is this workshop right here, I will build it off of this. It is suggested that you do the same type of thing with the Sinister Laboratory that you do with your workshop. Get your larger area in there for not only a couple of workbenches, but also the storage space. Here's an interesting thing. That floor tile did not have anything blocking it, so it registers this room efficiency at 90%. There is a door here, but there's an empty space on the other side of that door. If I had placed that door here instead of on the inside, it would have been fine. So, yeah, whoops. Oh, hey, another book. Epic Life Regeneration. Hoo-ah. How about we look for that other orc? Sinister Laboratory. There we go. And then, oh, I need a machine. Get away, snot. Now you can eventually upgrade these to, once these get worked and you get enough magic toolboxes, you'll be able to build the triple mystificator, which produces 3 boxes per job step instead of just 1. And most of the workshops have those upgrades. Like this one here, the Tinkerer's Cave, has a magic mechanarium, which will allow you to build the magic traps, doors, so on. What are you doing? I've got a cat in between my chair and my shirt, and he's under my shirt, and he is constantly pushing me a little bit more and more to the front of the chair. He's eventually going to kick me off onto the floor so that he can have it to himself, because that's the way he is. Okay, doors. Need some doors and doors. And I suppose we'll carve through here. They'll have an easier time of getting paid. And let's fill this with treasury to make sure that that happens. Now, once they start to produce magic toolboxes, I believe I need a couple of undead units in here. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of banshees. There isn't any mana. Ah, they're just now bringing it. Nice thing is, you can come over here yourself, grab a bunch of mana, take it back over here, dump some in the machine, and they will start running. Move faster. Move faster. Hap! How's it going, dude? Cat knocks man to floor. News at 11. So that's what you show up for. That's good. It could have been a little bit more exciting upon your entry. Hap! How's it going, dude? Welcome back. How are you today?
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Bit busy, so not sure how long you can stick around. That's okay, dude. Having you come in and even just say hello always brightens my day. That and copious amounts of coffee, of course. That, I think, you know, that went without saying. Well, hopefully it's a good busy and not a bad busy. Okay, so I've got my Sinister Lab over here. I don't have any toolboxes because these guys didn't finish working the benches. I'm going to go ahead and pick these guys right up and throw them in. Smack them around a little bit. Get them to work faster. Come on now. Move. Now, once I start creating these boxes, what I'm going to want to do, first thing that I usually do, I usually have a good amount of standard toolboxes built, so I don't have to worry about producing mass quantities of those at the moment. But on the other hand, I do want to create a large number of magical traps. And in order to do that, I'm going to need at least one of these to be the magical version, the magic machinarium instead of the tinkerer's machinarium. I'll be able to lay this right over the top of this, which is brilliant. That was something I don't think they had fixed in right away when I got into the beta. But that's something that they improved or fixed or added or something. It wasn't, I don't believe it was there when I started, but it is now. So I am very happy about that. It's handy. It's handy. So once I get another 4 boxes, I will probably drop a triple mystificator in here so that I can create boxes faster, and then that. Now I have tons and tons of resources here that I'm not using. Why do I have it 90? Oh, okay, it's because of that door. Oh yeah, one of the things that I could do, since I have this spell right here, go in here and select the magic room, and this increases the efficiency rating by 100% from anywhere between 60 and 120 seconds. So if you hold down and charge it, you'll be able to get better efficiency out of that room. Shah, how's it going? Good to see you here. How are you today? Okay, I've got that which I need to turn one of these into a triple. So now that will pump out 3 boxes instead of just 1. No, actually, from what Twitch tells me, Shah just got here. And then confirmed. So if I suddenly fall on the floor, it's because I have a cat behind me slowly pushing me out of the chair, which I'm going to have to change at some point in time soon because I've had enough coffee that I need to visit the Ultimate Evils room. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do, I will pause this here for a moment because I'm going to go and do that real quick. Let you two catch up and stuff. That way I'm not just leaving somebody staring at nothing, leaving 2 people staring at nothing. I'll run off and grab more coffee, hit the head, come back, and I will, go through some of this stuff again. I'm being a sneaky sneak. Okay, so let me do this, and then I will find my coffee, and I will go get coffee, and I will be back very quickly. All right. Let's see. What do I got? Just checking to see if any new information has come up while I'm sitting here. And it doesn't look like it. Okay. So this game, like I was saying earlier, releases this week. Dun dun dun. And more specifically, on October 13th, which is a Friday. Mwah! Fitting, you know. So we'll jump right back into it here. I've got a prisoner. They're turning into skeletal archers. I do have a sinister laboratory that is crafting magical boxes. I've pumped up the efficiency of these rooms to 200%, which is good. I'll be producing an awful lot of boxes for traps and such. I'm going to go ahead and use up some of those boxes by throwing a few normal spike traps on the way in on both sides of on both entrances that come up, and I'll be utilizing those other traps here pretty shortly. This path, I'm gonna have to make something different out of this path. I just want to see where I have here. No, I don't want that there. Let's have them go this way. In fact, why build these when I don't really need to? Not yet anyway. When building a trap line for your horrible goody two-shoes adventurers to come in, you want to, you'll need to dig out extra space, obviously, and then block off the old route once it's connected. So I can't just block this off right here. If I choose to fill this in, it'll stay red until I connect this path somewhere in here. And I figure I might as well go right through this gold vein. And the reason I'm doing this way is because I want them to walk into this room, have to pass by a trap right in the middle, and cross diagonally to keep them in this room as long as possible. That will become evident once I research the flamer, this little trapeo right here. This thing is fantastic. It's also incredibly overpowered. It's pretty evil. I'm going to go through and research some of these rooms. You thought it would take longer before it got released, considering no other game. It was in beta past 3 years. Beta phase. Beta. It's been, I don't know how long it's been in beta, to be honest. I don't remember. I saw it after the fact, so it was pretty new to me. Let's go ahead, since I've got enough of this. We'll research a torture chamber, and I'd like Mana Shield. This spell is fantastic. It's a little too powerful. It pretty much allows you to keep your people alive through most anything. It's pretty harsh. And I'll do the same digging out over here. I just want to get the hero room done up first. Now you'll see that I have this path done up. This wall was able to be placed in because of the path that continues into the dungeon. You cannot completely block off any entrance into your dungeon, whether it be a hero room or one of these. The dungeon entrance, you won't be able to block those off entirely. So don't try.
Look forward to the definitely never to appear World of Dungeons, an MMO with the budget of a small country. Waddle through the underground as a little snot and get a beating from a huge hand of terror.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds like fun.
So there isn't research time. Like when you choose to research, there is no delay. There is for certain things. When you, like one of these, just this main section, you can research that and it researches immediately. Any of these that have a scroll next to it takes a certain amount of time. And that's what this middle, let's see, let me find a long one here. Middle, short, middle. The one that I just researched for the snots was a long one. Ah, here, yeah, the teleportomat. We'll go ahead and do that one. That one takes 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Now, if I come over here while that is researching, or before or after, whatever, if I come over here and I get this magic room, I can go like this and charge this up. Boom. Now, when I go into my research menu and I take a look at the time, notice it's dropping by 2 seconds per, what do they call it? Job phase, job tick, something like that. I know how I can find that out. I thought it was listed under one of these. I could have sworn that there was the term was listed in there somewhere. But basically it's, you know, whatever rate they produce per second. But it might not be per second specifically. Okay, and I have an opening there, so the efficiency of this room sucks. We'll fill that in. And let's see. So basically the efficiency boost shortened the time, exactly. And that's basically what it does for all rooms. It speeds up the process for that specific type of room. And now I've got a ton of magic toolboxes, so I'm going to go through here and upgrade that, and I need another one for in here, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade these as well, because these automatically produce boxes, which are really nice. I think a little snot uses it to make toolboxes. It doesn't need to be repaired and can produce continuously. Cool. Yeah, they bang on the old one with a hammer to get it to work right. Oh yes, an infinite gold mine. So we're going to go ahead and build a giant treasury in this space, so that when they come back, when they've got nothing else to do, they'll come and mine this diamond vein, which is infinite gold, and they'll mine it out indefinitely. Hotkey overlay, is that permanent, or do I choose to have it displayed? I do choose to have it displayed. That is, that's something in my scene that I can turn it on and off again. Boop, 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 boop. You can move it if you want. Yeah, that's actually something I meant to ask. How legible is it? You know, obviously not when the menu's open, but when I'm moving around and stuff, is it legible at all, or is it complete crap? so I'm not going to build a trap section over here, I guess. Let's see. We'll build it out into this direction. Plenty legible? Sweet. Yeah, I'm doing that in OBS, in Twitch. Yep, it's not part of the game. That was one of the things that I wanted to cover, because I've seen quite a few complaints about there being a lack of information in the game, and about the game online or anywhere, and I was even told on one of my YouTube videos the other day that the person who posted a comment couldn't find information on the game anywhere but my videos. I'm like, there are a couple of other people who have done this, but you know, if that's the way that he sees it, then I'm, you know, gonna be listening to that. So Mana Shield is way too powerful. And it's plenty legible. Good. I could probably get away with making it smaller then. Alright. I want it to be visible but not obtrusive, you know. Okay, so I need to fill a lot of this back in because that secret room kind of buggered up my plans. I'm shocked it's letting me do that, because it shouldn't allow me to close that room off. It probably will kick back on me at some point. Oop, that's wrong. Crap. Dope. I messed that whole thing up. Because this needs to be a 3x3 space, not a 2x3 space. Where's my prism? There we go. And then I'm gonna put the magical doors here for now because they are strong enough. They do repair themselves, but there are better ones. They should have an audio alarm when enemies enter your dungeon. There is. You can, well, it pops up with, it says enemies have entered your dungeon. But I believe the guard room will automatically sound a drum when an enemy gets near it. And then every attacking unit in your dungeon gets called to it. I'm digging that so that I can block this off, because those pesky do-gooders, as good as they are, they're here for your gold. Saw the alert, not sure you did. Oh, yeah, I probably didn't. That's okay. It seems we made it through okay. So I will be looking for more stuff to unlock here. Get a better mana capacity. We'll get compressed research. And let's see. We'll up the amount of heroes that I can convert in a torture chamber. Did I unlock? I did unlock the torture chamber. Duh. Okay, so I need a torture chamber. And this... it's not the right size. Okay. So I'm going to take that out. No, that's not good. That's not enough space to do that. Let's try it over here. Problem is, I don't want to create a huge path for them to be dragging these units to 7,000 left in that one. Okay, I didn't plan that midsection out very well, so I guess I'm going to have to go through here and then into this. We'll use this as the torture chamber. It requires a 3x3 for the bench, no storage space. I have such a well-trained crew of evilness that I let them handle it unsupervised. Pretty much, yeah. It's and this is also so that I can take my time with it. This is an endless game set on easy. So, you know, that way I can go through this stuff and not get my face punched in by the enemy while I'm sitting here talking about the game. Okay, let's see. Where's the sport in that? Mainly because, like I was saying, there is a huge lack of information, at least from a few players' standpoints, on the information that is out there about what's in the beta and everything. So I'm kind of trying to fill a gap. Torture. Let's torture some people. Let's fill that hole back in. Okay, so the succubi will work this. And hopefully they've fixed it, because it was a little messed up before. You are so serious today. I know. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I'm actually trying to, fill a void, apparently. And I found enough information to get me through, but, other people don't feel the same way. So I will be putting this up, and hopefully those questions will be lessened a bit. Alright, so these guys are good on the mana thing. Oh, you know what? Since I've got magic toolboxes, let's go ahead and upgrade that to a 4x.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Enemies. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this spinning roaster is really going to beat the crap out of them. And then once I get traps underneath it, because you can place traps all around it on the floor, and some stuff in the walls, they're not gonna get through here. It's also set to easy, so they're even further not going to get through here. Life regeneration. Let's see. Who gets it? about you? Okay, I've got all level 3 right now, so that means I'm going to have to create a brewery
Payday.
and a temple and a chamber of relaxation. Those 3 things are required for each of that branch's units to level beyond 3rd. I believe it's all 3rd. The mana baths I kind of want to put near the mana shrine, but I don't have any room for it, do I? It'll fit here. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Demo this part of the room. Oh, that's actually perfect for a mana bath. Okay. Chamber of relaxation. Oh, it takes up 2 by 2. Whoops. So this is going to be an odd-sized room, unfortunately, because I didn't plan this very well. Aha! Okay, so there's one corner that can't be used quite right. Oh well, we'll live. It will still put me at a maximum efficiency. Now I need a brewery, and unfortunately that's going to have to be pretty distant from the Horde sleeping area. The brewery is another one of those rooms that requires a certain amount of storage space, so I'm going to build this with that in mind. It's going to be an odd-shaped room because why not? I'm going to put 2. Make it even. Why not? So there's a 3 by 3. There's of course. Armor piercing, epic. When calculating damage creature does. Enemy armor is not taken into account. Alright, well, how about who should have this? I'm going to throw it on this one and get that other tome back. Epic life regeneration. And let's throw this. Where's one of my liches? That's what I want. Oh, he's a life leech. Gotcha. Okay. Where's the other lich? There you go. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check out. I've already converted 3 heroes. Nice. Thermal Tinkerbelt.
A super hip, ultra-modern consultant had approached the corrupting evil in an attempt to convince it that PC games were dead and only browser and mobile games were of any interest anymore. The corrupting evil's ghouls stuffed his remains in egg cups and sent them back to his wife, COD.
There's actually a story behind that. Apparently they tried a mobile version of Dungeon Keeper and it bombed. put a door in there and get a brewery up and running. And I'll put 2 of these automatic brewing kettles in here. Alright. I've got doors and traps and all that fun stuff in there. Let's go ahead and research a little bit of this and a little more of that. I would like to grab the Nagas as well, so that if I have to take them into take the orcs into combat, they get healed. So I've got 4 of those, and I have living space enough for 2 more if I want to buy them. I would like a couple more liches, because liches are awesome. I probably need more graveyard living space.
Heyday!
So I think what I will do is delete this. And dig into this here. Put a door here and here. And this will just open up more graveyard. And I'm probably over-engineering this a little bit, but that's... I'd rather have too much living space than not enough. And since it's not costing me upkeep or anything like that to just have the room exist, then everything should be okay. I don't even know what book this is.
There
Damage
are
bonus.
enemies in your
Increase
dungeon.
damage creature does dramatically, and it's an epic. Oh look, there's people in here. Oh look, they're all dying. The only one left is the mage, who doesn't fare well when it comes to traps. Okay, so now I need to build one of the most fun rooms, I think. One of the most fun rooms in the game. Door right here for... No. Wait a minute. I'll have to wait until they finish that out, because... I'm not sure where they're going to build. Oh, they won't build... Oh, okay. There they go. Now, where is it? The temple room. The temple is fun. The temple allows your undead units to reach higher levels than 3. I think that's what it is. Let's see. From 6. Gotcha. So it is different for the Horde. I think you need a brewery for them to go above level... Horde creatures to advance beyond level 3. This... Okay, undead can rise above level 5, after which they will... Okay, so they, in order to reach level 6, you need a temple. And in order for them to reach... Okay, so it's to go above level 3 for demons and Horde, and above level 5 for the undead. But the neat thing is, let's go here and grab a couple of these guys. The other thing you can do with a temple is dump in your... You can dump in your own units. You can dump in...
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds.
Bah. But sometimes you'll get nifty
The
things.
sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the
In this case, I got a little bit of mana, but I've gotten workers. I've gotten more snots out of it, and they will exceed the population cap, which is really just awesome. And then other things like they'll throw you a couple of skeletal archers or a few zombies. I've had them toss an extra hero in, converted already. It's pretty awesome. It's a very handy room to have. Okay, I want the crusher, and I want the tar pit. Okay, and since I want this to point at the other wall, one of the other hotkeys is O, and that turns your workbenches around. They will not make it into the second room. They just won't. Won't happen. Now the fire will thaw them out, but the spike damage is pretty significant all the same. That's why I generally go with only a couple of those, and then I fill in the rest with the muck traps, the tar pit, so that they'll get the slowdown effect from the tar pit when they move through it. Even though the spinning roaster will negate the freeze from the traps. Since I've already got 4 heroes and I've hit the limit, I'm going to toss these guys in the temple.
The sacrifice angered the gods.
Uh-oh. Oh, there is a dragon lizard.
The gods
Let's just
found the sacrifice.
dump all these guys in there. Why not?
The sacrifice pleased
Uh-oh.
the gods.
Hopefully that wasn't one of my units. Oh, they just spit out a whole mess of gobblers. Nice. Let's see. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, so I can finally get rid of this room here. Yeah, but if I do that, I'm gonna open myself up to having all those snots carrying all that gold to some other place. So I'm gonna leave it there for right now. What else do I need? Magnetic trap is fun. We got the tar pit. I should get more critters. lost an imp somewhere along the way. We'll replace him with a with a succubus. And let's see, how's that second graveyard filling up? There we go. That'll be good. Weirdy Wonka. The names of some of these guys is great. I wonder if I have Snotmageddon in here. Alright, where do I need to build more stuff? I'm going to carve that through. So I know I'll need a room over here.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
So they have. So yeah, the traps are a little overkill. Just, you know, if that wasn't horrifically obvious. I do love throwing them in here.
The gods were pleased with the sacrifice.
Toolboxes. Lots of toolboxes.
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds.
I think that was, oh, beer.
The gods were pleased with the sacrifice. The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds.
Oh, but it got me beer.
The gods found the sacrifice. Okay.
7 toolboxes. Let's go ahead and put those in here. I wonder what happens if I throw a skeletal archer in there. I don't think I've ever tried throwing my own units.
The gods were more than satisfied with the sacrifice.
Ooh, and he came back. Wage reduction. All right.
It's payday.
Haha. Just in time.
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds.
All right, fine. Okay. So I've already hit my max limit on heroes. I'm just gonna dump them in here.
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the
Oh,
clouds.
there, it threw me another skeletal archer. Okay, that's interesting. Go ahead and cut a hole through. Now that I can build massive amounts of doors without worry, 101 toolboxes, I think that should be all right. And then one of the other things I wanted to do was put one of these crushers in here because those are so much fun. They really don't like those crushers. we'll just cover that floor with them. That, I mean, they won't ever make it to this room because of the difficulty level. But whatever. I will probably stop this particular map shortly because I've gone through most of the stuff that well, all the stuff that I can remember that I wanted to go through, and then try out a real challenge because I haven't ever done anything on Insane yet. So, and it's just about the halfway point for my show today. So maybe I'll go and give that a try. I haven't yet. But I'm feeling lucky, and I'm wearing my coffee shirt, so I might get through it. Maybe. But, you know, I mean, I know that there's only a couple of you there, but if you have any questions about this, please fire away. Because, I mean, I don't by any means know everything there is to know about the game, but I've got a pretty good grip on it, and if I can't answer a question, I might be able to find somebody who can. Oh, let's see.
Recently, one of the creatures had come up with a plan to create a trade union and go on strike for better working conditions. Once he remembered exactly what the absolute evil would then do to him, he quickly abandoned the idea.
Good call. Because it would be into the temple with you. Dumbledore. Alright, so I have a need for a training arena. All of my level 5 orcs, I think, will convert into Ironhides, which, oh yes, they are evil. Oh, damn it. Okay, stop that nonsense. Oh, no, keep going on that nonsense. Well, it's a training, it's an arena, or training hall, and this is a hall.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh, they have they? This freezing smasher, the crusher, just, it annihilates them. And you can put a spike trap underneath it, so they'll just slow slam. It's just terrible. They don't live long through traps. So I'm interested to do an insane or a hellish mode run through, because I've already successfully done a normal mode, which was pretty substantially difficult. I won't lie. I had some trouble with it here and there. So it is possible that I will get my teeth kicked in, which, you know, I know that's why you're watching. Just waiting for me to get my teeth kicked in. Oh, I just realized it's a giant turtle. That's cool. Let's see. What do we got? Ah, that's what the problem is. That room isn't quite big enough. Hopefully it'll readjust all of these. And I won't have to... Okay, good. Phew. That seems like something that they fixed, because it wasn't working quite well. Quite that well before. You'd have to delete and then let it rebuild. It was kind of difficult. Amp it up. Alright, sounds good. Since I'm going to abandon that altogether, I'm just going to back out to the main menu. Ow. Shit, that hurt. Wow. I hope I'm not bleeding. I feel like I got bit on my ear by something. Cat. Probably a cat. Skirmish. We'll go with... What do we want? Let's go with an actual skirmish. We'll put it on Hellish. This one I'll have to go after a boss, and that's where he is down there. I'm still gonna go with the high resources because I'm still a chicken. Trying to get them on the opposite side of the map if I can, just for evenness. Okay, I guess that's the best I'm going to get. Okay, so we'll try that. What are surprises? Those are the rooms. Do you want to experience funny things in the dungeon? Hereby you can determine whether there are rooms, spiders, and such like to be discovered in the underground. That's basically what that is. All those tomes that I was finding, I don't think I ever opened up like a nasty room in there. Maybe the easy difficulty makes that different. But yeah, that's basically what gives you the tomes, and then rooms that you'll open up that will attack you. Kind of sucks. All right, here we go. And I'm going to go with what I know. I'm working right into the undead. Because the other two, right now the balance is a little bit off. It's undead, demons, horde. Okay, one thing I am going to do before I start this off, just so I have a nice even line to work with here, I'm going to go and grab more coffee, and that's all I need to do. I'm just going to go and get another cup and run right back, and then we'll get this going. There is my coffee sign, there is my lack of camera, and here goes my voice. All right. Okay, where's my buttons? There's a button. There's a button. Okay. I think, wish me luck, I'm ready to do this. Thankfully, I only have one hero portal to contend with. Don't do that. I should probably, while I am digging, get some research going here. Otherwise, I'm going to be in deep doo-doo. Did I just do that? Yeah. Unevenly. I bet you I'm going to run into something not nice here. Make that into a treasury since there's a large area for me to do, or one of the gold veins. Need more snot. Hurry up. You hurry up too. And you, and you, and you. Hurry up. Faster. Work faster. Alright, so there's that. Thankfully I didn't run into anything nasty. I need my unit menu here. I need 500 bucks. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. At least something to get them started here so that they don't have to carry this all the way over to the dungeon, heart, throne room. I'm gonna need to get some people minions to no, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, I'm crossing up my hotkeys already. That's not a good thing. Okay, and I think, what do I want to build into first? Oh, come on, mine faster. Little snot. So I need to go after that evilness shrine soon. Okay, I'm gonna try it with 5 and see if this is gonna work. I'm probably gonna get attacked.
I am the Queen of Evil.
But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Once again, the F key will give you an attack prompt, or an attack, attack thing on your cursor. A thing? Yeah, that's a technical term, right? It's a thing. And then you'll have you have X to stop them, and then H to hold a position. Get rid of the healers first. It's always a good idea to get rid of the healers first. Thankfully, when the undead die, they go back to your underground and they heal. Slowly, but they do heal. What? And now that there's not one to heal, they're going to lose a little bit more quickly.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I knew it. I'm probably in trouble. Okay.
Everything evil comes from above.
Large hero wave in 7 minutes. Oh, good. That's good. I didn't know they did that to you. That's nice. Well, I survived the first attack, at least, for the most part. I need to get on it here. What do I need? What do I need? Which is... okay. Take that one, this one. So I'd like to keep 4 Banshees, but I need to get rid of some of them in order to open up room for Liches. Okay, giant graveyard. Probably get into the, whatchamacallit. Oh, coming over. Move me out of my chair again. What you doing, little dude? It's gonna sit right here. Apparently. He likes this game too. He likes to watch the snots run around. Look. See? Right there? No. Just gonna sit right off camera, huh? You're a cat. Definitely a cat. What you gonna do? Oh, you're just gonna lay down on my desk. I gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll work around it. Okay. What you doing, little guy? No. Can't go up there. Burp. Yeah. I know. That's a 5x5. Okay. And I actually need it 6.
Payday.
Payday.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Yes, I see this.
Throw me at the enemy!
2 minutes until that, 2.5 minutes till that hero wave comes up. Dope. Yay. Oh, my guys died. They'll do that. Okay. Oh, I've already got a prison. I should be building one of those. Let's see. Really? You think so? Yeah, I know. Yeah, have some cat butt. Yeah, that's just what everybody needs, yeah. Good. It's the cat butt of Ultimate Evil.
A giant worm has been sighted.
Oh
in the dungeon.
no, yeah, no, this is bad. This is so very bad. This thing will spawn another worm in another location, and these little things will crawl all over your dungeon to destroy it.
Evil is
It's,
unstoppable!
if you get a worm in the dungeon, kill it as quickly as you can. It's not fun. I think I'm probably going to be losing a lot of units.
Bye-bye, baby!
Oh, thank God. Okay. Phew. Ow! That's a claw in my back, dude. Acupuncture. I need my keyboard. No. Not with the cord again. Nope. Market has worms. I know. Ew. That's disgusting. Uh-oh. Heroes are on their way to the Isle of Evil. Okay. Well, now I've got problems. How am I going to deal with this? Because most of my army is half dead. That's not good. Think I can, well, let me see, maybe I can branch into this. Will it let me? Okay, under here. Home will take you right to your dungeon heart. We need to restart your PC because your new hard drive decided to stay asleep after your PC woke up from sleep mode. Ouch! That sucks. Alrighty, shot. I will be here.
I am the evil.
That was close. That was very close. I don't need to fill in... We'll just do that. Oh, good.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I see this. Oh, that's not what I want to do at all.
Payday.
Okay, 11:52. Cool. That's a lot of time. I don't remember what I carved this out for. Ah. Oh yeah, a crypt. Oh yeah, more coffee. That's what I need to do. I need to pour more coffee on this. One thing that I severely lack is a workshop. Let's go with up here, because there's toolboxes. Haha. I'm making more work for myself here. 5 by 3, 6, there we go. And then we'll connect that, and that is going to be workshop and trap room. Yay, Shaw, how's it going? You might have missed me almost getting my ass kicked. That was fun.
Spiders have
Oh,
spread
spiders.
throughout
Yay. I do love spiders. Yeah, I know. What's doing, monkey? What you doing? Sounds being a butt. Yeah. What you want? Hard drive is back, so you think it's everything is all right? Oh, good. Good. Okay, come on, little buddy.
Do you have any idea how little they pay me to do this gig? I'll be happy if it's enough to pay for the bus ticket home.
No, not there. What's the matter, dude? What? Goodness! Well, come here. Come on. What do you want? This is the noisemaker right here. This is the guy that's doing it. What do you want? I'm trying to be evil here, and you're not making it very easy. Cute and evil don't go well together. Ow! You can't walk on my back. Well, I suppose you can. He just proved otherwise. Eight minutes until another hero attack. Good. Okay. Oh, the other thing I need to do is get into here. I've already got a gobbler farm, that's right. And okay, so horde. Then I'm gonna need this. Oh yeah,
There are enemies in your dungeon.
in order to build traps, I kind of need that too, don't I? Yikes.
B.
That. What did I carve that out for? Not a prison. Oh, I remember this. Every evil mastermind has a cat on his lap to stroke evilly. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That is not the room I want. Don't. I'm running out of money. How much will I need for it? 450. Okay.
It's payday.
Good, payday. Just what I needed. Work faster, dude. Where in the hell are you guys going? Come here. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but we need money. Start digging.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Well then. Alright. Oh, I don't have any mana. Oof. Okay. They're gonna grab those guys. Those are long-term veins of ore, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. I really need to generate mana. I also need a place for farming gobblers. Let's see. I know. Ow! It's a claw on my shoulder. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Don't sit on my keyboard. That might make bad things happen. You got food in there. You go eat. I don't know what the heck he's upset about, but it's something. Finally found a way to prevent hard drive from turning off. You can do it in energy options with Win 7. Oh, no kidding. Good to know. Man, I'm getting hurt here. Oh, I see. You want to play. That's what you want. Go get your fish. He plays fetch. How much do I need for this? Alright. Let's see. For now, I'm just going to put a block through there. And I'll run with this, the size that it is, because I still need money for I still need money for. Oh, I'm really screwing this up. That's what I'm doing right here. How about this? Let me go ahead and no, because you only get half the money back, I think. Let me try and not bail on this so badly right now. I need a gobbler farm. That's my biggest worry right now. You need a gobbler farm. Oh, good. Okay, at least it's one for a tome, I think.
It's payday.
Oh yeah, there it is. Uh-oh. Alright, do I still have that portal out there? I do not.
Tell me what to do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with that after I get done with these.
I want Tanos's head.
Okay, so toolboxes are going. I need a horde room.
Ouch!
Oops. Yikes. They might take this over.
Bye-bye, baby!
Hopefully they've weakened these rangers because they are super powered. Oh, brilliant. Uh-oh. Oh, good. There's another group of them coming to. Yay. Ah, that's part of a an encampment that I can take out. Okay, so I need... Let's go with a pair of orcs and a moment because my teeth are floating. I'll be right back. All right then. Yeah. Gonna have a conversation with the cat here. Apparently, what he's got going on is really interesting. What's up? No? No more? Okay. Guess he didn't wanna. All right. Where were we? Oh yeah, about to die. No. Okay, we need to get some stuff set up here or I am gonna lose very badly. Let's see, do I have one of these to stick in here? I do. Brilliant. Now let's go ahead and I still need to save boxes. Unfortunately, the way that the traps work out, you're really better off just waiting, using these to create doors to keep your efficiencies up, and then beyond that, just if you're going to use traps at all, use the magic ones exclusively. The other ones are not cheap enough to figure in. Nope, not enough gold. Okay. I need... Oh yeah, that's what I needed to do. Okay. I almost have enough, so it won't take me long to get there. Boom. Okay, now I need a vortex for demons, because otherwise that room was pointless. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. This is a very, very bad room. Alright. No, I don't think that's a very good idea either. Fill that back in.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Uh-oh. Yikes. Wow. 3 of my liches already expired. Did die.
I'll be back.
I know. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, hell. Okay, they lived. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that cat. Jeez. Crow, that thing is... I don't know how such a tiny little cat can make that awful. Oh. Nope, I don't have enough money to bring her back. stuff. I'm trying to be evil here. I can't play with a kitten. Ready? Good. Let's see. That's 6x4. Okay. Yeah? Really? Where is it? Where's your toy? You didn't bring it back. Ow. Okay, so I guess my arm is good enough. Okay, I'll go down here. Can I have my arm back? Oh. Ow. he's got a good grip. Dude, yo, let go, man. Ow. Can I have my shirt? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'll go over here. Ow!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Again? Oh my goodness, I haven't recovered from the last set. Oops. Where are these guys? Let's take them over here. Oh wait, they're alive. They just need to be healed. I'm gonna get jumped, I know it. Again, well, again, you know. Dude, quit hanging off of my chair. Stupid, monkey. Ow. Okay, get on the stick here and get a couple of more slots so I can have demons, because I built all this stuff backwards, and that's probably part of the reason why I'm losing right now. I'll get with it. We'll fix her up. Dude, why are you just fixing the walls? Come here. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Come here. Ow! Hi. That is my lap. No, you can't chew on that, dude. No. You can't chew on that.
Payday.
Oh good, payday. Just what I need them to do. Let's see if I can buy a demon before they all get paid. Need more mana. I'll eventually expand this into that room, which was my intention, but I'm running out of money. I need to find a good ore vein.
Little Snot is secretly making jokes about the absolute evil behind its back. It should be punished, but I forgot which one it was. They just all look the same.
large vein up here. Yep. Yeah. Go over there and get paid, damn it. Okay, so that should sustain treasury for a little while at least. And still a gold problem, duh. Okay. Bonus objective. That's what that is. Gotcha. Okay. Fine. Oh, glad I didn't leave. They're getting crafty.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Wait.
An island of evilness is being attacked.
Yeah, well, unfortunately.
You have lost an island of evilness.
Oh, dope. Somebody take the damn book. No? Nope. There we go.
Give me my orders.
Oh god, there was another one right there. Shit.
Hasta la vista, baby. Give your orders.
Thankfully, none of them made it in. That's good. Also slows down my plans terribly. Let's see, where do I want to build this? only 775. Let's take this out and get more storage space in here. Temple space here. Let's get that built. Let's not get that built. Whoops.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Uh-oh. Oh dear, yeah, there are. Mana Shield needs a much higher cooldown because that is just absolutely insane. Trying to think of what I need more than what. That, so those things so that they can level. Okay, that's for beer. Brewery. There we go. That ought to be good for a brewery.
Payday.
No, he's not. That'll only store 10. I don't think I need that because I'll eventually be able to upgrade that to a magical one. Let's see. Should probably get the Sinister. this an extra, a little bit extra storage space. That only has, okay.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh crap.
Battle.
Your creatures have inadvertently
Oh,
dug
good.
into a dragon's nest.
Two. Ouch! Take that!
Okay, as soon as they destroy that, I'll be able to finish that room. Okay. I'll put in that, cut into that room that way. And do I have enough room? Yes, I do. Okay, so they're 2 by 2 for the bath. So I'm gonna cut that into there. That way I'll get all my units being able to rest and level past their cap without X room. I have 2 gold. Woo! Okay, brewery. Still says only 10. That's weird. Oh, 1 per room tile. Gotcha. Okay. $750 on these guys already. Okay.
It's payday.
Just what I need. I'm trying to earn enough money to build a temple right now, dudes. You'll have to chill. I need 1250. Oh, good. Okay, that portal is fully healed. It's gonna take him a minute to get up there. Oh, they can pray at it. No kidding. Oh, the sacrificial pit is something different within itself. Cool. Okay.
The enemy. You desire?
Oh, these guys are ticked and won't fight.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh, good. That's bad timing. Yikes. Oh, this is gonna go very, very poorly. I think I'm gonna have to abandon the evilness shrine and come back and deal with this, because otherwise they will probably end me.
Evil comes from above. Just wait.
So, why not? I need 1,000 gold. By Grave Golem. And then it takes up a huge plot in a graveyard. Oh.
One of your
Don't.
islands of evilness is under attack.
Damn.
You have lost an island of evilness.
Yeah, I know. We'll get it back. Because those people are right now on their way to my dungeon. And I do not have... Oh, those take $1,000. Okay. More snoots. Oh yeah.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Bring it. Okay. So I can build what I need to build right here. I only have 2 spirit demon units, so I can't generate much more than that, but now where booyah. Come build it, snots. Alrighty, Shot, you have yourself a good evening. Sleep well. Hopefully see you
Your
tomorrow.
dungeon is being overrun by bloodthirsty hamsters. Did you hear that squeak?
The dungeon is
I
being overrun by
accidentally
bloodthirsty hamsters. Did you hear a squeak? I accidentally stepped on one. That's terrible.
The gods were pleased with the sacrifice.
What did I get? Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. 3 snots? Damn.
The gods weren't particularly impressed by the sacrifice.
I've never
The
seen
gods
that
found
happen.
the sacrifice okay.
Nice. That was huge and very helpful. Now, why aren't these being worked? What's wrong with my horde guys? Ah, they're like always dead. That would do it.
It's payday.
Sweet. Oh, that's awesome.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Talos must die. Ouch.
It didn't seem to matter to the callous evil that Talia had died yet again.
Died
Though she
again.
was sure to return, it should take better care of her next time.
Dope.
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds. The gods found the sacrifice okay. The gods weren't particularly impressed by the sacrifice.
What do I need to do here? Oh, okay. So I slapped him, so he got pissed, and now he's gonna go and eat. Okay, I guess I'm stuck with imps. Because I very badly screwed that up. Let's see. Hey Vega, how's it going? Yeah, I'm getting pretty excited for it too. I'm running on and let's see, what map was this? I think it was survival. So there's a boss. No, not survival. Yeah, skirmish. So it's a boss. There's a boss out there that I have to deal with, and on the insane mode, whatever the heck that was, I can't remember. So how are you today? At least cast this on the room at its lowest level. So it'll produce a little bit faster. It'll beat the whole campaign. hoping for more than just Talia as a villain. Yeah, there might be something to it. I don't know. Then again, there might not be. It's not exactly a series well known for a, totally developed story. It's more like, okay, you're evil, kill everything, cool. But we'll have to wait and see. They are. Indeed. Okay, so those are filled already. That's one thing that these guys were kind of ticked off about. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Ow. Now, is this still bugged, or will one of my snots
There are enemies in your
fix
dungeon.
it? Because I had this where they won't work on that. And I ended up having to delete it in order to get it to work right.
Keep your hands to yourself. Just wait.
I'm also hoping for some kind of balance for mana shields, because that's just rude.
Payday.
Oh, I forgot Talia's dead, isn't she? There we go.
Not me. Throw me at the exit.
Oh, she's late to the fight. That's okay. Let's take a bunch of these dudes and dump them into the tomb. Or into the temple. There's the temple. I do enjoy doing this. Probably a little too much.
The gods weren't particularly impressed by the sacrifice. The gods were angry at the sacrifice.
Whoops. Oh good, it throws a spider out.
The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds. The sacrifice didn't coax a single god out of the clouds.
Oop. There you go, Spidey. Where was I planning to do what? See, that doesn't have any mana. That's been most of my problem. Okay, it did work. Good, 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 good. Of course, all my demons are half dead, but what can you do? Creature no longer requires beer. What kind of existence is that? No, I'm throwing that tome in there. You just to hell with that. That's just wrong. Okay, I know they're half beat to hell, but yeah, I like the dice that roll. Indeed, the D8s. It's a great touch. Okay, you go back there because there's nothing to heal you and you're gonna die.
Everything good must die.
Wrong way. Should be able to kill the rabbits. I mean, you're evil after all, right? Ugh.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
And I have no mana, of course. Okay. Oh, God. This is not going to go well. Yeah. Not going to go well.
Defend the dungeon hut.
I blew it, was not paying attention. Even in Dungeons 2, you couldn't kill the rabbits. Yeah. I'm losing. Yep, that's it. Dun, dun, dun. I blew it. I wasn't looking at the number up at the top left. Whoops. Well, that's good, because, I mean, I probably could have gone another hour and a half before I'd be ready to move on, you know, or before I finish, even be ready to go out and take on the hero. So what I've learned is you don't take your eyes off of that hero portal spawn, because that was devastating. And I built a lot of stuff in the wrong direction. You know, I built it kind of backwards, so it was quite a few user error paths that screwed me up in that. So this this particular game releases on let's see. I am gonna see, because that makes me awfully dizzy. I'm just going to load this up and let it sit here. There are... this game releases on Friday. This coming Friday. The 13th. Yeah. Yep. On the 13th or so. And that usually... what that usually means is, you know, they've got time zones to contend with. So it might be, when it actually releases, it might be the 14th in some time zones. So I think that's why they say, specifically on Steam, approximately in 4 days. But yeah, it is definitely going to be out in 4 days-ish, depending on the area code that you are in. I went through a lot of the control schemes, the game mechanics at the earlier part of this show to give an indication of, you know, like what kinds of what benefits there are to having doors, how to build out rooms to make sure that you have 100% efficiency, stuff like that. Obviously, right above me, all the major shortcut keys, hotkeys for the game. I use one of the things you could tell probably, you know, pretty easily is that the little slider bar on this side of the screen isn't going anywhere most of the time, because I'm not using that as the menu interaction. I'm going straight with hotkeys. I also have a little paper list down here that I wrote that I keep referring to every now and again in order to do it, and that's how I wrote that up above. Just to basically get you know, the most used functions for hotkeys laid out, and then kind of grooved through an easy version or an easy endless for the first 2 hours. You have the hotkeys bound to your mouse buttons. Nice, very nice. That works very well. Unfortunately, I only have 2 on mine, but I should bind a couple of them. That would make it, like, to grab all of my units. That would be good. So, but yeah, having them bound up like that is a good thing. Being able to use hotkeys in general in a real-time strategy, I feel it's necessary. I don't think I've played a real-time strategy game where I interacted with the menus unless I was forced to, because hotkeys are just so much faster once you get them down, you know. But if that's, you know, that's your playstyle, that's your playstyle. Do it. So there is, and speaking of hotkeys and using the menus, The bar that's on the this side here, I have to focus here. The bar that's on this side, you have to, no, it's going to be over here. Yeah, I'm opposite. I'm turned around. The bar that's going to be right here for all of the interaction. My camera, of course, is covering almost entirely. But there are the buttons to interact with the menu. It moves the camera to the left, which is a pain. But there is going to be a function in a later update. It's been confirmed by a dev that there will eventually, in the UI, will be a checkbox or something to keep that menu popped out on the left-hand side of the screen. But if you are interested in a workaround for the time being, there is there's an exception that you can add to the INI file, I believe, that will make that pop out and stay out. If you have the game, then you have access to the beta forums, and that information is on the beta forums. Yeah, so that works out pretty well. As far as that goes, you can keep that menu popped out. I still personally am going to go with the hotkeys because I feel like I have a better control over the game, except for the fact that I just lost. But don't pay attention to that. It's unimportant. I would have sucked a whole lot worse if I had to use that menu on the side, because that throws my game off very badly. I'm more of a keyboard jockey than anything, so that the series of hotkeys stumbles me a little bit when I'm out of practice, but once I get back into practice, it's all good. So I would normally be running till 4 o'clock, but I don't necessarily want to start anything else up in this because most of it takes a little longer than a half an hour. Like I could go through the first story mission, but that's been done, redone, done by me, done by other people, and we're okay. I will just sit around and hang out, or if nobody has any questions about the game that I can answer. I don't have all the answers, certainly. But I could wrap it up early and go and get a head start on dinner, or sit and hang out here. Because I think getting back into a new session of this would wrap too quickly. I would just get started with it before I had to take off at 4 my time. So, thank you for the follow, Imp. I appreciate that. Imp Keeper, that's awesome. I do I don't have a typical day that I do a game anymore. I'm kind of free-forming it, but I also recently expanded my schedule, changed it around, and added a day. So I am now streaming from noon until 4 Mountain Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you picked the name to do the game Dungeon Keeper back when it released. Nice. It's utter chaos now. I know. It is utter chaos now. Absolutely. It is. Yeah, the original Dungeon Keeper, that was a DOS. That was a DOS game, wasn't it? I've played it multiple times. It's just been a very long time since I played the original Dungeon Keeper. That's old. That's almost as old as I am. Cats wandering around, any game on any day. Complete madness. It is. Yeah. Oh yeah, Windows 95. I forgot it worked for Windows 95. That's right. 97. I was 25. Yep. Indeed. Woo. I'm old. That's good. Still got a cardboard commercial. Oh, really? No kidding. Nice. That's excellent. I have a. I'll have to display it in a little bit better way to be able to point my camera at it because it wouldn't work this way. I have a cardboard advertisement for Defiance that I picked up from a GameStop, I think. Yeah. Yep. It's a big panel. It's on the back of a door, but you really couldn't see it where it is right now. So, but my goal was to have taken it to the Tryon headquarters to have them all sign it, but it would have been too big to take along. Hey, buddy, how's it going? And then the cat's sleeping next to me now. He's not freaking out and, clawing into my back. Here's Sin commercial. Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember the Sin advertisement thing there, yeah. Yep. You have Redneck Rampage for MS-DOS. I have Space Hulk and Syndicate for DOS. I still have them. Just in case I ever got the urge to build an old DOS machine. I still have all the stuff to do it, but it's probably all dead by now, I'm sure. But yeah, I have copies of that. I also have a copy of Battle Chess on a 3.5 inch floppy. Yep. In a box right up there, sitting on top of the closet, because it's a build out. Oh, it's full size red latex. Oh God, that's great. Yeah, I can imagine that would upset some people. But yeah, in a box up on that shelf, I have the full set of Gold Box Advanced Dungeons and Dragons games on a mix of 3.5s and 5 1/4s. Yep. They're still up there. And the crazy thing is, I believe he's still the lead producer, whatever, the guy that took over Andy's position on Trove, the lead developer, one way or the other. He worked on Pool of Radiance, the very first Gold Box. That was his very first job in the gaming industry, was working on that Gold Box. And man, I would, if I trusted it to be in good condition, I would love to send him my Pool of Radiance box, have him sign it and send it back to me. That would be awesome. But yeah, Rick, I think that's the name, Rick. I don't remember. I'm really horrible with names. I forget my own half the time. So, but yeah, he his very first job in the gaming industry was working for SSI. I think the company is now defunct, isn't it? I don't know if they even exist anymore. It might have been rebooted. May have been rebooted. I'll have to look. But yeah, when SSI was a thing, he got a job there, and his first job was working on Pool of Radiance, and I spent so many hours playing that game. It's ridiculous, and it's weird to have come around full circle like that. Rick White, yeah, that's his name. Yep. I knew I had it. I knew I had the first name. Rick or Rich. I knew it wasn't Rich because there's already Rich on there, and Rich is awesome. Rick's probably awesome. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him, unfortunately. He was rather secluded while I was still talking to devs over there. I haven't in quite a while, and they haven't reached out to talk to me to let me know that the club update is coming soon. So I guess I know where that relationship lies. I always did. I just, I'm gonna give him harassment for it anyway. You didn't ever love me. No, guys like me are a dime a dozen. We come and go. People who will sit and spend many hours volunteering talking to a dev. There's dozens, if not hundreds of thousands of us out there that will replace one in the line when one falls down. I did it for 4 years. Let somebody else have it. So, or 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I don't know. But on to bigger and different things. Maybe not necessarily better, but certainly different. The full version of Dungeons 3 will release in 4 days. Yay! But for right now, we have the beta. And the beta is good. I've been having a lot of fun with it. So, there you go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. There will be another, possible change in GTA 5 bonuses. So I might hop in there and check that out. There's about... Oh yeah, it's the Ron contact missions are double payout until tomorrow for GTA 5. What else? What else do we have? Apparently the club update to PTS is coming soon. Is that still a soon? Or is that already happened and nobody let me know? Because that is very probable that nobody will let me know. I don't know. But I will be back tomorrow noon and doing something, I'm sure. Didn't get a chance to get any GTA done. Me neither, really. I was too busy with other things. Like neglecting laundry and dishes and stuff like that. So, normally I do run until 4, but I figure I'm going to hop on out of here. There's information underneath the stream for how to get in contact with me outside of Twitch. Feel free to utilize it. We've got a nice little group of people around for having a chat in Discord, various things. So feel free to jump in there. We'll hype up Dungeons 3, and can't wait for release. I'm used to doing a stream on Friday. Okay, Keeper, have fun. Thanks for the follow. I will see you back here, I'm sure. I hope. Be well. And you haven't heard anything about a PTS update for Trove? Yeah, I haven't either. Oh well. Whatever. It'll happen eventually, and I will go and check it out. Like I say, I've got to see my last couple of years of conversation with developers. I would like to see where that came out, because I know that a lot of it was, there was quite a bit of it that a lot of people asked for. There was some of it that a few people asked for, and then there were things that they told me, oh, that's a really good idea, we should do that. Probably a little bit more involvement than I should have had. At least allowed myself to have, anyway. Yeah. So we'll see if they took any of the feedback, or if not, and see where that takes us. What can you do? Some of it they could, some of it they couldn't, some of it they wouldn't. I don't know. We'll find out. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and back out of this and get it rolling here. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have something. Maybe since if Hap, if you're free, if you feel like doing something with GTA or whatever, I'm down. But we'll figure it out. You know where to contact me. I'll be here-ish. And until then, get off my lawn! Because my lawn is evil. It is. It really is. It's an evil lawn. A lawn of evilness. Oh yeah.